So, you're part of the Cellframe Ambassador program and you're putting in the work. But how does all that effort actually turn into rewards? Well, that's exactly the question we're going to answer today. We're going to break down the entire compensation model step by step, so you know precisely how your performance gets calculated and paid out. Let's dive in.
First things first, you have to get this one idea lodged in your brain, because it's the key to everything. This program isn't about just showing up. It's about proof. It rewards measurable contribution. That means your success hinges on the work you do and your ability to prove the impact it had. This is a system built from the ground up to reward performers, pure and simple.
And we've got a really clear roadmap to explain it all. First, we'll cover the basic rules of the game. Then we'll get into the specifics of how you score points. After that, we'll tackle the math behind your payout. Don't worry, we'll make it easy. We'll even walk through a real-world example and then wrap up with the key takeaways for your success.
Okay, let's start with the foundation. Look, before you can even think about winning, you have to know the rules of the game. These are the absolute non-negotiables that everything else is built on. Pay close attention here.
The program works in what we call monthly seasons. Think of it like this. Every single month is a fresh start, a clean slate. Your points, your rank on the leaderboard, your eligibility, all of it resets to 0. This is super important because it keeps the focus on your current performance. You've got to earn it every single month.
So what does a typical season or month look like? It's a really simple repeating cycle. You execute your activities, you track your performance, you submit your report, we assign the points, and then, and this is the best part, all the eligible ambassadors get to share the rewards pool. That's the rhythm, every single month.
Now, if you remember nothing else, remember this. This is the golden rule, and there are absolutely no exceptions. If you don't submit a report, you get no points. And if you get no points, you get no payment. I'm going to say it again. No report equals no points, and no points equals no payment. It doesn't matter if you did the most amazing work all month. If it's not in that report on time, it doesn't count.
So how do you get considered for that rewards pool? You have to check 3 boxes to become eligible. First, you've got to hit that minimum points threshold. Second, as we just said, you must submit a valid report on time. And third, all your work has to be verifiable and, not spammy. Think of these 3 things as the keys to the treasure chest. If you're missing even one, the chest stays locked.
All right, now that we've got the rules down, let's move on to the fun part, the actions. This is where we get practical. What exactly do you need to do to earn those points? Let's break it down.
For our regional ambassadors, your path to 100 points is laid out right here. You can see your score is a mix of growing your local community, creating great localized content, being active and supportive, joining in on raids, and running your own events. The payment threshold for you guys is 40 points, so your first goal is always to score at least that much across these categories.
Now for our rising ambassadors, the focus is a little different. A huge chunk of your score, literally half of it, comes from your position on the leaderboard. The other half is split between completing official missions and just showing consistency and great behavior within the community. And yep, that 40-point minimum threshold applies here too.
Okay, deep breath. Now for the part everyone really wants to understand, the math. How do these points you've earned actually turn into cash in your wallet? Don't worry, it might sound complicated, but we're going to break this mechanism down so that it's perfectly clear.
The first thing you need to grasp is this concept called the effective pool. And the key word to focus on here is collective. See, the total amount of money paid out each month isn't some fixed number. It's actually determined by the average performance of the entire ambassador group. This is what makes this system so fair. If the whole group has a great month, more of the total reward fund gets unlocked for everyone. So how do we figure out the size of that pool? It's a simple 2-step process. First, we calculate the group's average performance ratio. That's basically just the average score of all the eligible ambassadors. Then, we take that ratio and multiply it by the total monthly fund. The number you get at the end, that's the effective pool that's going to be shared among the performers. But wait, there's more. The system is also designed to give a special reward for excellence. If you achieve a perfect 100-point score, you earn something called the Excellence Multiplier. This is a huge deal. It means that when we calculate the payouts, your score is actually treated as if it were 125 points. It's a powerful bonus that makes sure our absolute top performers get a significantly bigger piece of the pie. All right, theory is one thing, but let's make this really concrete. We're going to walk through a detailed scenario right now to show you exactly how these formulas play out in the real world. This is where it all comes together.
Okay, so let's imagine we've got a group of 10 ambassadors.
And they're all competing for a slice of a total monthly prize pool of $1,000. In our group, we have a mix of performers, some high flyers, some solid middle-of-the-pack folks, and some who just barely made it over the eligibility line.
Step 1, we need to find the group's average performance. So we've got 2 people who scored a perfect 100, 4 who scored 50 points, and 4 who scored 40. When you average all that out, the performance ratio comes out to 0.56 or 56%. Now for step 2, we take that ratio, that 56%, and we apply it to our total pool of $1,000. And what do we get? $560. So because of the collective performance of the group, only $560 is actually available to be paid out this month. The rest is held back.
And here's where you see the magic happen, the final payouts. Look at that. The 100-point performers, thanks to that amazing excellence multiplier, get a way bigger slice of that 560 pool. In fact, they earn over 3 times more than someone who just scraped by with 40 points. The message from the math is crystal clear. Top performance really pays.
What's really cool about this system is that it's totally self-regulating. In a strong month, let's say the group average is a fantastic 90%, well, almost the entire pool gets paid out, and rewards are high for everyone. But in a weaker month, the system automatically pumps the brakes and holds back more of the pool. This creates a natural incentive for everyone to do better together.
So we've gone through the rules, the scoring, and the math. What does this all actually mean for you? Let's boil it all down to the most important lessons that will put you on the path to success in this program.
Let's break this down into 4 simple rules for success. Number 1, be consistent. Remember, the slate is wiped clean every month. 2, focus on quality work that has a real impact, not just doing a bunch of stuff. 3, respect the process. The rules are strict for a very good reason, to make sure we're rewarding genuine contributors. And finally, number 4, master these rules. The most direct path to earning rewards is to follow this guide diligently.
And there you have it. The entire model is laid out for you. It's transparent, it's totally performance-based, and it's built to reward people who deliver real, measurable contributions. The only question left is, now that the rules are clear, are you ready to perform?